All right, y'all, I'm back. Last reading, we got Capricorn and Taurus and Virgo reading. Love. I had to wait, had to pause, you know, dissect, or whatever the case may be. Like I said, we're going to see what's going on. How can we fix that, anything, you know? Because, yesterday there was a lot. That's all I got to say. But, yeah, we're going to see singles on the bottom. Then we do relationship spread. The ones who are in a relationship on top. Let's see what's coming out. You got Two of Pentacles, Temperance, and the King of Cups. Ooh, somebody may be losing patience with somebody. You may be, that's what it gives me, though. Two of Pentacles, Temperance, and the King of Cups. You may be losing patience. You hear me say with somebody that you're in a relationship with. You may be feel like you on two opposite sides. You may feel like right now that you're not seeing eye to eye. Oh, I said so. Yeah, we'll go. Or you may be having, you know, we'll see. We're doing singles on the bottom first. See what y'all got going on. What's the problem? What's the blockages? Singles on the bottom. Let's see. Let's show. All right. Let's see what's going on for the singles. Ooh. Page of Wands. Hermit. Got Virgo energy out. Five of Wands. Two of Cups and the Ace of Swords. Ooh, so it look like some of y'all may have been broke up with somebody and somebody trying to communicate about it, or you coming into a new space. It's possible maybe going on with singles, though. Could be friendships and things like that as well, though. You got Judgment and the Queen of Cups. And you got that. Let me get out FOMO. And then we can see what's going on. The world. Yes. Maybe you may be out here dating and having potential suitors and stuff like that. You may be find it hard for you to be able to talk, to communicate, or come up with a new, or maybe, shit. You got Knight of Wands. All right, let's see. Whew, on the bottom of the deck. Whew, you got Six of Wands, Scorpio energy, the devil. You got Six of Wands, Scorpio, Capricorn, Aries, and the Five of Cups. Maybe how you may be going about when it comes to certain lovers. That's what it does give me, though, because you got Six of Cups in the past. Maybe it could be you. You hear me say you may have feel like you have made the wrong option when it comes to certain people. It could be some self-reflection, though, like somebody may have been in an abusive like relationship with somebody who was very controlling, or whatever the case may be. Somebody could be dealing with the loss of a loved one, or whatever the case may be, maybe dealing with a loss, going in those type of typical orders, or whatever the case may be. That's what it kind of gives me, though. Like somebody is in the process to where they're ready to step out in this type of moment. You hear me say when it comes to love. Somebody, like, it just gives me, though, like somebody was entangled with somebody that was a little possessive, controlling, or, you know, or you may have lost someone. Like, that's what it kind of gives me, though. I feel like you have lost someone along the way, or you could be dealing with, or you could have broke up with somebody. You hear me say that was very temperamental and those type of things, or whatever the case may be, because you got Capricorn, Scorpio, and the Emperor, and that's, like, not a good combo with Emperor reverse. So it is somebody, you hear me say, that possibly was a little bit controlling, manipulative, like the sex probably was good, but at the same time, you probably was being led by that, or whatever the case may be. You possibly were. Okay. Overall, we got the Knight of Swords, or whatever the case may be. May have been dating somebody, you hear me say, they had like a rough type lifestyle. That's what kind of gets me, though, because they possibly couldn't have been abusive, but it could like been lower vibrational. Like you hear me say, this card talks about like the reckless type behavior. Somebody could have been a criminal in those different types of aspects. Hey, I done dated my fair share of bad boys before, so I can't judge. But you got Page of Wands and the Two of Cups, and you have the Ace of Swords here. So possibly, you hear me say, dealing with the singledom. You hear me say, you possibly trying to find a way to talk, to communicate, but it feels like in a connection with somebody, it's like moving very slow. Like if you possibly was trying to date potential suitors or whatever the case may be, it looked like somebody ready to take themselves off the market, because you have the Hermit, the Judgment, the Queen of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. It's kind of like somebody's doing some sort of self-reflection, or over time your feelings may have been hurt, or you may have been emotionally you may have not been emotionally evolved to be able to be in this relationship. Because that's what, so you got Judgment reverse, Queen of Cups. It's kind of like you possibly may have misjudged someone or misjudged yourself or the connection, how it was supposed to go, with the Two of Cups being reversed. You got the Five of Wands here, Three of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, and the Nine of Wands. Yeah, somebody possibly was dating a lot of people. It probably was conflict or situations in the way. Or somebody had to fight for somebody's sense of attention. Like somebody was very, I want to say entertained, because you got the World in reverse. So it looked like two different people on two different sides and trying to keep the relationship there. You probably argued, cursed each other out, had like different type of things where it went to like very temperamental type spaces. The Nine of Wands is about being vulnerable. So somebody may have took advantage of your vulnerability. Or you may have took advantage of somebody else's vulnerability though. So it can go either way. We're just talking about for the singles. You got the Fool and the Three of Wands reversed. That's why I said some of y'all willing and ready at this moment. Slowly get into the space of... Ooh, let's see. King of Swords. You got the Tower reversed, the Temperance upright, and the King of Swords. That's why I said some of y'all... Baby, who reading was that though? I said it looked like somebody... I said, who was it? Was it somebody else? I said, it looked like somebody else. They was on the verge of getting a restraining order from like a lover or something like that. It really did though, because it was like very explosive. So this could be the latter or whatever. Somebody like with an attitude problem, like needing adjustment though. But this like the World is reversed with the Fool. So somebody could be like a little bit folly. Like you could be dated someone, you hear me say, where it's like they don't know how to communicate. So every time communication goes on, they storm out and they leave. And it's kind of like, oh shit, here they go. And then you sit there and you wait and you recognize over time that maybe you possibly couldn't communicate the things you need to communicate. So it puts you in a place to where both of y'all are just definitely irrational, to where the relationship had broke up. You got the Star and the Eight of Swords here. That's why I said in this moment, I think somebody needs like some self-assessment. That's why I said just separate it from the lover though. Like dealing with these situations where you could be Stockholm Syndrome, trauma bonded to a person or whatever the case may be tethered to them unemotionally, unawarely. Like this is this, or it could be around you or whatever the case may be. Especially if it could be friendships as well having these type of problems. So you could be right now possibly seeing somebody else go through this and you feel stuck because it's kind of like, oh, well, this is my friend, they going through this, This just makes me to where you possibly maybe in a state of fears where it comes to like wanting to be vulnerable in a relationship. Because I know at times there can be a lot where you see your friends going through shit and you like, I just want to be there to support. Six of Wands though. That's what I said. But going back to the Star, the Eight of Wands, the Eight of Swords, the Eight of Swords and the Six of Swords, Six of Wands. Somebody, I'm gonna say possibly that you was connecting with. Somebody looks like they suffer with like some mental health issues. I just want to say that off the bat. Or somebody could be going through those type of moments or whatever. Like it just give me like a victim card. Somebody doesn't see their own type of actions, or somebody could be like a bully. That's why I say you look like you were dating somebody, or you could be the person that is a bully. It just gives me like a bully though. The Ten of Swords come out, or the Seven of Swords come out. So one of y'all one of y'all possibly have friends or somebody that likes to keep shit going. Let me just say they like to keep shit going, so that affects you and your lover and y'all relationship. So now you possibly may be dealing with some type of fallout with a person. So that's what kind of gives me though. Yep, that's what I said. Kind of gives me that though. Got the Devil reversed this time. That's crazy. Okay, let's go. Let's see what all came out. First card out, you got the Queen of Wands. That's why I said it could be dealing with somebody with fire sign, or you got fire sign in your chart. You got 10 of Wands, 2 of Wands, Ace of Wands, and the Magician. Boom. That's what it is. So that's why I said somebody doesn't see their own actions. Like somebody's trying to hold it together. That could be you though. Like especially when it comes from a lover or situations or patience, and when it comes to actions though. 10 of Wands and the 2 of Wands and the Ace of Wands though. That's like a big breakdown. Like that's 8, then take away that's 7. Yeah, like somebody's trying to complete something. Like you're trying to finish something, almost there to the brink of completion, like trying to put things together to make it work. But the Ace of Wands seems like it's just not. So if you are in a relationship, like you're trying to leave a relationship, but at the moment you just can't. Because you got the Hang one here as well. Like it's kind of like somebody still hanging on. Then you got 4 Swords, the Emperor, and the 5 of Cups. It could be, you hear me say, communication or guilt or situations dealing with a person. You hear me say holding something over your head. Like it's like in a power play. It gives me that though. So say for instance somebody could be emotionally playing on you, especially with this 5 of Cups, about a relationship or a person though. It could be the missing or mourning of something. But you hear me say the Emperor was, you seen that the first time it was reversed. But this, you hear me say, necessarily like this is mourning the sense of an old relationship or a loss. That's why I said some of y'all may be dealing with an abrupt loss of a lover, or dealing with a sense of death. That being in a relationship is really not important at this type of moment. That's what it kind of gives me though. But on the flip side, some of y'all who are single at this moment, it looks like some big repetitive type ongoing fight and argument, and it's just 2 different people with 2 different paths that don't necessarily understand each other. And like I said, this is like a makeup to breakup, because you got Knight of Cups, so it's like somebody may be coming back. You may have dealt with a heartbreaker or a person, you hear me say, that's a hurt people, or just going back towards somebody just for a sense of sex. That's what kind of gives me though, like sex. 5 of Wands. Yep, that's what I said. And the Page of Pentacles. 4 Cups. Yeah, that's what I said. Either you and somebody who's in a relationship and y'all got into it and y'all got to fight, and it could be a friend, it could be somebody else, you hear me say, around you. And y'all had this big explosive fight, and now y'all trying to get back together. Like y'all trying to get back together, or you trying to figure a way to work it out, or dealing with something that was kind of unfair to you. That's what it kind of gets me though. Ooh. I'm trying to get them all out though. Why it's coming. But the 6 of Wands in reverse energy, I don't like that though, because it's kind of like somebody who doesn't see their actions, or when you rolling with people who are not accountable. You got King of Wands though. Justice in reverse. Ace of Cups reverse as well. I say that a lot of people, I don't know if anybody to watch damn near all of the readings that's been up, a lot of people are going through like karmic like relationships or whatever, especially with this Page of Pentacles and this 5 of Swords. Like if you don't like it, it's kind of like something you are learning about it, but you don't like the way you are going about learning something. That's what it kind of is. It's kind of like the page is here. So it looks like, you hear me say, somebody did something and somebody trying to get something back. Like, it's not like a gift, but they're trying to fix this. You know how sometimes people can go too far and they try to come off to say, oh, I want to fix it, and it's just like, no. Sometimes the action is itself is a lesson enough. Like, it really is. Sometimes the actions alone be enough within itself. You got Page of Swords and the 4 of Swords. That's what you hear me say. Somebody's communicating about this. You hear me say not wanting to work, like you hear me say, or coexist. Like it's something that's going on in the home front. It could be unstable, shattered environments, especially with the Aquarius reversed, Aquarius energy reversed. You got 4 Cups, 9 of Swords, and everything is fine. That's why I said somebody did something. Whether you was in a relationship with a person, they had like an explosive type environment. Somebody does give me a little bit of abusive type relationship. Let me just say that, or somebody got a bad temperamental type problem, or you hear me say, it just gives me like competitive type arguing, jealousy, those type of things. Could be dating potential suitors, or somebody put you in the midst of chaos, especially when it comes to lovers' core. Like that's what it was. You know how people make up to break up and get back together and drag people into their relationship, and now you and your spouse are possibly arguing with it, and it re-broke y'all up because you got everything is fine. Somebody's pretending that everything is okay. You got 10 of Cups, Justice, and the Ace of Pentacles. That's why I said somebody's trying to fix something, and I say it's all time earth signs. Y'all are the kings of this. Y'all like to have explosive type behaviors, and then boom, because y'all be like, here you go, I'm sorry, I did this for you. And sometimes that doesn't fix the situation. It doesn't like actually bring both sides, and it takes like it actually doesn't heal. So if it's a karmic type relationship and you do this to people, their energy is coming back to you, and that's why it's kind of like, oh shit, I don't like it. Because you got the King of Wands facing all these cards, pretending that everything is fine. So it's kind of like with actions that has been into place, or things that you may have feel unfair regardless of the situation. You hear me say it's still healable, it's still workable. But at this moment, it's kind of like somebody chose to do what they wanted to do, and it ended into the Ace of Cups, to where it was kind of like, no. So it's like somebody misses someone. But it could be, like you hear me say, somebody dealing with a lover, quarrel type situation, but it does give me though like somebody's fighting, arguing, and competing for a sense of interest or in the relationship. Two of Pentacles. You got the Devil and the Seven of Pentacles. Some of y'all want to be single. Some of y'all want to leave a relationship. If you are in a relationship where you have kids with someone, it's like somebody wants to leave it, but at the same time, they kind of don't know how, because you may be looking at your investments of how much you have came or what you have accomplished together. Like, that's what it kind of gets me, though, because the High Priestess was reversed, though. Eight of Pentacles, Six of Cups, and the Sun. Yep. Could be something to deal with a child that you hear me say may have with someone, or it could be your own interpersonal type issues that's going on from the past. I told you with the Justice being in the verse, Six of Cups being upright, it just gives me old karmic type situations. Like a lot of people, if you were in love or in relationships or just seeking to be in that and you broke up with somebody and you recognize it or going through some sort of heartbreak, I think it highlighted this sense of area or whatever the case would be. Because right now, in this moment, it doesn't feel happy. It doesn't give me that sense of bliss, but it's to heal and to fix self, because somebody may have went into relationships and necessarily don't pay attention to things that they should. So it's kind of like, okay, well, yeah, this person's this da da da, making connection. And you like, oh shit. Whether it's friends or people, and you kind of like, damn, they like, you feel like you know somebody, but you really don't know them. So you never know their intentions with you. Nine of Pentacles. That's what I said. For me, Six of Wands is trying to teach independence. Number 9 is all about spiritual awakening, karma, enlightenment, humanitarianism, learning how to coexist with others. I told you earth signs, y'all can be a little bit apathetic. Scorpio energy in reverse. That's why I said that's cutting off. You hear me say communication as well. Ooh, I said it. I said it. 10 of Pentacles and the 7 of Swords. I said that though. It could be the matter you hear me say you and somebody arguing about money. Or it could be the foundation. Like you hear me say somebody got cheated on, or it was something in an abusive type relationship. Somebody's trying to come back. Maybe one of y'all has plotted y'all escape and move on, or whatever the case may be. And you single at this moment. It's where you built some type of family with them. But it's at this moment where somebody's trying to move on. Move on. But it's, you may be competing with a lover. Saying, oh, yeah, he did this, I'm gonna do this. He did this, I'm gonna do this. Well, I'm gonna show him I'm healed. I'm gonna lose my weight. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. And it's like not fixing nothing, because it's like the 8 of Pentacles. Somebody doesn't want to put in the work of the relationship. So when you get so content with how a person doesn't love you or what you want to do, because earth signs can be stubborn, it's kind of like you keep reaping the same fruit. So that can make you mad as hell, because you got the Queen of Pentacles here. That's healing and that's fixing. But then you have the Lovers, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Strength. That's why I said maybe the love, how you love a person, and may not recognizing that this person mirrors you. So it's kind of like maybe the stubbornness, this person who isn't willing to budge, or their egotistical type ways that cause you to break up, or whatever the case may be. It's like, oh shit, at one point this was me, or I encountered someone like this, or, you know, like you were saying, a past type history. And it's kind of like, why am I constantly attracted to these type of people? So you can be able to heal, fix, and be able to move on. Okay? So I think that's it for the singles, though. That's why I said some of y'all, good job if you left for an abusive type relationship. Good job if you making up to break up and just using sex. You hear me say this all the time. That shit gonna die just as fast as it get up. Like, for real. You got Hierophant, Knight of Pentacles, Page of Cups, Queen of Swords, and the High Priestess. Yep, I think if you're the person who always reaches out or always tries to fix certain things in this moment, somebody is waiting on you to do it. Because the Queen of Swords here, if it's a person or a situation, they revealed some sense of truth. Like this person, whether it was malicious with intent, like the Piscean energy that you hear me say, like that's very honest. Like all Pisces have these like big, bubbly, pretty eyes, or whatever the case may be. And sometimes people can get misled by this innocence that a person has. So when they want to communicate, it just gets me passive aggressive. Because with the High Priestess here, that's kind of like with that, with somebody's revealing some sort of truth or secrets that are out in a moment. Because the Two of Swords is here. Like that's like this, like truth is out Like it's settling a truce, but it's picking a side and saying, no, I don't want to be a part of this. That's what I said with this High Priestess in reverse. Because it's revealing some sort of truth. This person is talking and telling something. And it's from their perspective or space of honesty. Or they came in saying, oh, okay, this is this. And this is where that truth came from. Or you trying to learn how to communicate and you don't know how. Like somebody's very impatient and stubborn. So that's why I said, go check out the blog post where you hear me say short story of a trauma bond about that. And I put in there specifically where I was kind of like, well, I think specifically where I said where the guy, S.E., the girl that she was dating or whatever the case may be. Well, I wasn't dating him. I was not, but he was psychotic as fuck. But, sorry. But in the story, I was like, hey, he told her secrets and shit like that and told her business. And he was like, why aren't you mad? Because I'm telling your business. And she was like, well, I thank you for giving me the courage for the things that I could not say. So sometimes in those moments where people who do mean or malicious shit or things that we have done in our past or our life, we have to recognize that maybe they said the things that you needed them to say that you would. Maybe you needed them to say that because they never would, no matter how it happened. So sometimes we have to recognize that, hey, it sucks. But it is what it is. That's why I said if it's moving you on and pushing you to healing. And some of y'all are still finishing up like karmic contracts at this moment. So when y'all are dating, that's why the Ace of Swords is there to go within so you can see what's going on. Alright? Because karmic contracts doesn't necessarily have to be, you hear me say, lovers. It could be about money. It could be about friends, foundations, businesses, like all those different types of things. Trying to find that re-foundation and footing. Because you hear me say 7 and 9. Google those numbers. 7 and 9. 7 and 9. 7 and 9. And then Google generational curses with pathology and karmic relationships. Because all karmic relationships aren't bad, though. They're really not. Because I tell y'all, my karmic relationship wasn't supposed to be bad, but it ended up turning bad because of behavior differences. The indifferences and not knowing how to adjust. But if it would have went right, we never would have ended the way we did. But because we did, it created a new foundation and setting with me. Boom. Some of y'all may be 25, though. Some of y'all are young. I will tell y'all that. But let's go. Let's get into the relationship aspect. Don't know if that number means something to y'all. 25. 25. 5 of Wands. Y'all got 5 of Wands too. 7 of Swords. Ooh. Alright, come on. Cancer. Oh, shit. Why did every time I have recorded this, I was finna say Cancer. I don't know if one of y'all talking to one of them or not. You got Hermit in reverse. Hermit upright. Number 9 again. Spiritual awakening. I don't know. I'm telling y'all, I recorded this damn video 3 damn fucking times, and I've been wanting to say Cancer so goddamn bad. 2 of Cups. I've been wanting to say this so bad. I was like, who the hell? I was like, is one of y'all talking to them? Let's see what this is. Knight of Wands. 10 of Wands. 5 of Wands. That's what I said. I was like, is one of y'all communicating with them or dating one? Because I'm like, shit. That shit just keeps coming out my mouth. It's like, damn. 9 of Wands. 7 of Pentacles. I need 4 more. I need 1 more for the overall. Ooh, okay. Ooh. You got Justice in reverse on the bottom of the deck. Overall, for y'all move, you got Scorpionic energy. This is the number 13. Again, going back to foundations, recreating, shedding, transformative, putting things into the position that they need to be. Like you hear me say, being able to rise above, like you hear me say, the phoenix, and taking those ashes and being able to create. Alright, so let's see what's going on. Ooh, y'all got Queen of Pentacles, 4 of Wands, 2 of Cups, and the Justice. I don't like this, because in the other reading I said it looked like one of y'all got into a relationship with somebody. Y'all didn't know they was in a relationship. And this person played you. So this Queen of Pentacles energy was somebody who came and they were trying to get money. They were smooching up to them, only to find out that this person had a whole nother person and another person. Somebody possibly was trying to get in a polygamous type relationship. And you hear me say that's tricky when you be in a polygamous relationship, because a lot of times people don't get in polygamy for love, period. So if that's something that you was looking for, you were bamboozled. If you did not want to be in a polygamous style of a relationship, I think the harsh reality was that. So overall, you got Queen of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, and the Two of Pentacles, and the Justice. It gives me like this individuality, purpose of healing. I say even when it comes to like spirituality concepts, a lot of people be so focused on trying to dish somebody else back their karma, and not only to recognize, like when you be around here trying to fling magic to other people and it's not ordained, that shit can come back and attack what is most valuable, the Four of Wands, the relationship that you have with people, and cause you to fall out with this justice type energy, only to feel like, oh, this is unfair. So that's why I say that's the balancing act, or whatever the case may be, learning how to manage the emotions, being logical, clear, and also letting go and being in a space of releasing old relationships or connections with people who just possibly fucking drain the shit out of you. Okay. All right. So you got Hermit upright. You got Five of Wands and a Fool. And you got the Page of Wands. Ooh, I think you are trying to go within. I think you, with the food though, this is like contemplating on trying to see the good and what it is, like arguing with somebody or competing with them. Because Five of Wands is all about conflict. It's about jealousy. It's about people trying to step on each other to get what it is that they need. And I think this is you, like wanting to say, do I go into this argument, whether it's with a spouse or a person, like you're trying to see, like keeping a self-composure at this moment with this Five of Wands. Because you got Knight of Wands, right? King of Swords, and you have the Six of Swords with the Knight of Cups. That's why I said it's kind of like somebody here with this Knight of Cups energy again, like I was just explaining. Somebody's dealing with a sense of heartbreak. It's that hurt people. This is that scorpionic lower vibrational behavior, to where like they can be manipulative and sneaky, and they come and get what they want to move on to something else. So that's why I say a lot of people are dealing with karmic type relationships, and a lot of people don't honor their shadow. So their shadow could be their part of them, and they recognizing it to be able to fix it. But if they're into the Queen of Pentacles energy, where they just trying to, no, you wrong me, you wrong me, you wrong me, constantly pushing people, they would never deal with this. If you were the person that don't do shit like this, it's kind of like if you were in a situation that was uncomfortable as hell, Divine was kind of like, let me snatch you out of this, because you wasn't going to get out of this situation, even though it was unfair. But it's kind of like, I know you could be able to fix you and heal you emotionally, but I don't need you going down a path that's not going to serve you. Because you got, look, Ten of Wands, Nine of Wands, and the Seven of Pentacles. What are you fighting for? At that point, it's beating a dead horse. It's like trying to resuscitate something that is no longer living and no longer serves you. Ten of Wands is also, you hear me say, could be releasing of a sense of burdens, because you got Two of Wands. It's like still in the decision-making phases, because not seeing a sense of results, like being defensive, you hear me say, emotionally closed off, especially in a relationship and trying to connect with people. All right, I'm back. But no, I say it's like trying to make a connection with people, or making the decision too, because the Nine of Wands is like, do I stay and fight or do I stay and go? But the Ten of Wands reverse is kind of like just at that moment where you're just beating a dead horse, especially with communication, because the Six of Swords is all about traveling, being able to take a conversation elsewhere. And I know sometimes it could be hard for earth signs, because y'all can kind of be a little bit stubborn and stuck in your own idea of way of how things are used to working. And if you're in a relationship, you have to learn that other people matter too, and it's not just about your feelings. I said that too. It's kind of like y'all getting this heart chakra awakening, like this heart chakra awakening, or just this rewiring of old ideas of how things used to be and how things should be in this moment, especially if in a relationship or marriages. Like I said, with most people, they are starting to recognize how they don't work together and they just coexist. So with earth signs, you hear me say naturally being stubborn. This is the Queen of Wands energy. So this could be somebody who you have allowed into your space, or what you recognize you do to others. So that's why I said we'll see what's going on. Queen of Wands energy. Let's go. Let's go. Some of y'all could be dealing with a fire sign too, or somebody that got fire in their chart. You got 10 of Pentacles here too. 10, this is the number year of 220. It's like 2020. It's kind of like you got to make the decision, the active decision to be able to step into it, to be able to create. Because you still have the food, which is an option. It's like, what do you want to be able to master or bring into fruition in this season? Is it the old or is it the new? Like, that's what's the question is. Because you got 10 of Cups, Queen of Swords, the Hangman, and the Empress. You hear me say, as well as I got y'all reading, it was just some individuality work, like working on healing self. And somebody may be going through like a projectile type phase, because when I was getting it the first time, like the reading was just so heavy, and it was like, ugh, like it just felt like guilt, shame, 9 of Swords energy, where it was just really heavy. And the Empress here, you hear me say, is losing the attachment, like something that you once loved or adored, that you created a sense of knowledge. But it's kind of like how people can, I always tell people, leave people in a position that you always left them. The reason why I say that, because you never know who may be accustomed to this chaotic chaos type behavior. So when you snatch people away from their reality, you don't know what creates like what insecurity. That's why you hear me say like them couples who fight and argue all the time. No. You won't get me trying to play Save the Planet with that bullshit. I will not, because that's their reality, how they communicate. People who go through infidelity issues, what do I look like telling them they deserve better and they like what they like? The root of the issue is finding out how was this foundation created. And a lot of times most people don't understand when it comes to them, their karma and situation, because you got King of Wands in the Chariot. That's why I said it is. I like that though. They are right, except for the King of Queen of Pentacles though. So it's just mastering all those emotions and putting them into play. All right, let's go. Boom. You got the Star, the High Priestess, the 7 of Wands, the Tower, the Sun, and the Page of Cups. Yes, that's that childlike sense of belief. Somebody, you hear me say, it's not with this Aquarius energy and the High Priestess and the 7 of Wands and the Tower and the Sun and the Page of Cups. Somebody is very dishonest about it. You hear me say, especially when it comes to it being on them or taking a sense of role. The Star, especially with the High Priestess though, like that's got something to do, you hear me say, with the upper knowledge or being or intellect. You hear me say in the season, especially when you shedding old things, especially the social construct of how you think things are supposed to be, you can come off very wishy-washy, not knowing what it is that you want. But when you don't know what you want, others do not have to go along with your flow. So that's why you hear me say this is the Tower reverse and the Sun and the Page of Cups. Like somebody's unhappy about a sense of chaos that is not happening, because if the chaos was here, all these would be upright. That's why I said somebody's so accustomed to their own reality of chaos, and it seems like at this moment you can't have it. Like somebody possibly cut it out, or you're cutting it out. Like it's kind of like emotional bait or taking the bait into something though. That's why I said it kind of just give me that though. You got the 9 of Swords, the World reverse, 6 of Pentacles, and the Magician reverse. Yes. Trying to get over certain things. That's why I said it's kind of like either it's a situation where somebody cut out this chaos on this road with this Tower moment. Like this person who is sneaky, manipulative, trickster. They don't know how to work well with others. Like you hear me say, especially if that's the energy of being stubborn. It's kind of like somebody finally met the match. So say for instance, it was like some part of your healing or evolution that you was trying to reach. And you like, say for instance, if you had like some father type issues or whatever the case may be, masculinity type issues, and you met a man that was kind of just had the gift of gab, gave the illusion, right? Or a woman, right? You got set back a person who came to fix this. Like they brung this sense of like, it came as a sense of a gift, but it was actually, it's a gift that turned into a burden. Let me just say that. It was something that was a gift that turned into a burden, because the 6 of Pentacles is all about giving to receive. And come to find out that this is just a magician. So it could have been a part of you, or recognize like, oh shit, I need to fix this, because like this is an area where I was basically unhealed. That's what it just kind of give me though. 5 of Swords, 3 of Swords, 4 of Cups, King of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the 4 of Swords. Yeah, I think at this moment, like somebody's just overstressing Emperor energy, you hear me say that's all about stable, but you got the four of swords reversed, so it's kind of like zero. So somebody's trying to start over, trying to be in a self-composed type way, especially with this King of Pentacles, like somebody's trying to restore themselves, especially with this Four of Cups. It could be regret, you hear me say, in a relationship though. It could be regret or how you may be dealing with something in this moment. Especially with this Five of Cups. I mean, this Five of Swords energy is like accepting a sense of defeat. Like, you know, if you're so accustomed for you to be able to have your way, especially with Eight of Swords, Ace of Cups, and the Three of Wands. Three of Swords, I think somebody is more in their head about anything. Thinking a lot. Maybe processing a relationship or wanting some sort of intimacy and understanding, but you got the Three of Pentacles here behind the Ace of Cups. I tell you all the time, like, does your help really help? Allowing people into your life, or where you hear me say those people where you in that chaotic space of relationships. I ain't got no problem with it, as long as y'all ain't hurting each other, but if y'all making up to break up and all getting back together, that's your thing. You get what I'm saying? Like, somebody coming in, trying to teach you something, and Three of Pentacles is all about learning, but the Ace of Cups going straight to the three, that gives me, you hear me say, trying to invite certain people into your relationship. It's like, are you willing and ready to learn? Are you willing and ready? Like, do you know how to manage this, especially for those people? I want to say with the Eight of Swords energy, like I said, somebody got to learn how to give and to receive. And that is kind of like Earth signs' big problems. Five of Pentacles. That's why I said somebody feels like they're out in the cold. They don't connect. They feel crucified. You got Seven of Cups, Eight of Cups, Four of Pentacles, and the Six. I like this. Yes. The reason why I say I like this, though, especially for an Earth sign or just individual, if you're in a relationship, Seven of Cups speak about clarity. Clarity, being emotionally burnt out, recognizing and walking away. Water is cleansing, it is purifying, or whatever the case may be, especially the Four of Pentacles. That's releasing certain things. And if you don't know how to release it or whatever the case may be, I'm telling you, when you force to let something to go, it will hurt the shit out of you. The more you grip and grip and grip and grip and grip. But I like it because it goes to the Six of Wands, though. So it could be the need to look like somebody has it all together, Six of Wands, or it could be the need of recognition for you. I think somebody's letting go of this Six of Wands energy. You know, that's all about like VIP statuses, people who see you, who root for you. Like, you hear me say all the time, just because we go in the same direction don't mean we got the same intention. So it's this. I think somebody's letting go of the attention seeking, like, oh, I'm good, and like finally being able to move forward in a relationship. To understand, you know, that's what kind of gets me though. If you're in a relationship where you just, I don't know, that's what kind of gets me though. Like, if you're in a relationship where y'all just need to be perfect, and that's like a reality that nobody can achieve. Page of Swords though. That's why I said that learning, studying. Nine of Cups, Six of Cups, and the Ace of Cups. Yeah, that's why I said if you can't undo something that happened in the past, only thing you can do is move forward. Like, you hear me say, especially, and learn from it. Like, Ace of Swords in this deck is all about challenging the metaphysical and learning a sense of a new belief. Like, taking all that shit that was thrown at you, or all the shit you done did, to be able to burn that shit down. Like the Ten of Wands, transformation, because it's still a transformation that is still going on at this moment with you or the relationship, and trying to discover, like, okay, where this gonna go? How we gonna do this? Where the kids? Where we gonna do this when this come back? When school come back? How I'm gonna run this? How we gonna, like, understanding, like, making executive decisions for the team. Because you got Page of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, and the Ten of Swords. I like that though. Page of Pentacles is also learning as well. That's like beginnings. That's like happiness. That's like younger. It's still gifts. It's still gifts given, and goes to the Ace of Pentacles. And then the 10. So somebody may be asking for like help, release, and people rarely fail to recognize, like, when they come in like blessings. I tell people all the time, like, count your blessings in most cases, especially for people in the spiritual work. Like, if you doing like who reading it was. I think the last person I did was it Leo? I was like, write a soul letter, or like situations where you burning those letters. You never know how and when your help and release may come in. But people just be so busy looking at it like, oh, I want to hear from God, or I want to hear from this. And you never know who may cross your path to be able to come help you. Love. 6 is help. So Google 796. I'm saying 6 is help. That's a person who comes in to help, that brings in balance. Damn, I gotta plug my shit up. Alright, y'all. Overall, you got Queen of Wands. You hear me say that came out of, right? Shit. What's on the bottom of that? You got Temptations, Independence. That's why I said it's the year of individuality. That's Capricorn energy. 8 of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, and the 7 of Swords. That's why I said, yep, some of y'all are still closing out some of these karmic cycles and recognizing that some things need to come to an end. Like, for real, some things need to come to an end. I don't know if it's the way you do, the way you communicate, how you operate, or with people. Sometimes it's here. It's like honesty, though. But I will say that, though, it's like being honest with self and self-assessments. And the 7 of Swords, too, you hear me say, I think these are pigeons. Pigeons aren't considered to be dirty to me. But it could be the people, you hear me say, when I see this card, who you converse with. That's like when you in your higher self, and you choose to hang around people who are lower than you. And at those moments, you recognize that birds are birds at the end of the day, and they gotta eat. So whether they may not be eating you, they'll start eating everything around you or what you own. So that's why I said I like that, though. So that's what I said, putting in a sense of that. But like I said on the bottom of that, though, you got Temperance reverse, boom, you know, completing this individual Capricorn energy, and this is Libra, 5 of Cups, and this is the 3 of Cups. And patience. That's why I said some of y'all in this season are learning. Deal with truth in situations, learning to be more patient, restoring the soul, being honest. I say all the time, you gotta learn how to praise your ups. When it comes to certain situations and people, you gotta learn how to praise your own ups and stop relying on other people to see you. Well, I overcame. I'm not depressed. I'm not this. Everybody ain't gonna care about that. Not because it's not important. It's because people got bills to pay. Other people got real life going on. It takes for other people to step back and say, okay, well, that reality is not so important to me at this moment. I got to go check on this person. I got to see what this going on. That's what it is. So in that moment, you got to start recognizing and prioritizing what is important to you in this season, whether it is love or what is fair, what is unright, and learning that you too can have a separate, individual, healthy life from your partner. Not in this position of where you hear me say in the single reading where it's controlling and telling each other what to do, what they should do, trying to tell each other what's properly right when it comes to their moral compass. It's like that. Being free, like tipping the scales to where it can balance it out. That's why I said, because upright, look at that. It's not right. That's why I said it's not. So that's why I said it's time to relinquish essential control of things, the environment around you, and being able to move forward. So on that note, y'all, I'm finna go and edit these two together, and I wish y'all the best. I might come back, upload just a clarifying reading for all about karmic love relationships. I might do that, though. I might do that, so don't hold me to it. Okay, bye.